Good morning, everybody. We're in the shop. We just got our tie rod ends installed on our MR2. We got that all back together. We fixed our bent stuff, and now we need to align this thing. And man, was I playing hell trying to align this thing before with no tools. You know, basically eyeballing it using 2x4s and stuff like that. So I went ahead and ordered one of these at-home alignment setups. Now it's pretty simple stuff, pretty basic. I got it from Summit. $209.99, so $210. Seems like a lot kind of for a couple of plates and stuff, but you need something to measure off of. So let's see what we get for our $300 or $210. All right. All right, so this is the Tenhulzen Automotive Alignment Kit. So, weird name, don't know how to pronounce it. Okay. Okay. Package tape is pretty serious. Alright, so to start with, the basic principle is that you set these up at the tires, right? You set these up against the tires, and then you have a spot to measure. So let's say this is against the tire on this side, and this is against the tire on the other side. And then for your toe, you have these slots here to actually measure from. Okay? So that's one part of it. Man, that's all the instructions they include? Usage instructions. Okay, so we got to go online to get the real instructions. We're going to have to go over this to see what we're dealing with. So, let's see what we got here. So it comes with a couple of tape measures. So these are going to stay with the kit, fit into the slot. I think that it actually goes like this, and the tape measure can just kind of sit there while you string it across the other one. So the tape measures can just stay in there while you make your adjustments. So let's see, we got another tape measure. Okay, second tape measure. And then what's in this? Ah, a nice angle cube. I got one of these, so I got a second one. This one feels way better than my other one. My other one is pretty cheap. This one is like a solid, I don't know if it's aluminum, but this feels really nice. It's heavy. So this has magnets on 3 sides. That side, and that side. So that's handy. I don't know if it really comes in handy here. Oh, that's what it's for. Fits on there like that. Right? Something like that. So last thing is there's this little bag of hardware. We got a bunch of these little thumb screws in here and some spacers and stuff. So I'm gonna go online and I'm gonna review the information or the instructions on this thing, and then we'll get to work with this. We'll finish putting it together. So it comes with this little laminated card to show you degrees and the measurements for the toe. And then we got this whole box of, or whole bag of hardware. So we're gonna go ahead, review the instructions online, Make sure we get this all put together correctly, and then we'll come back at you. All right, here's what I got for you. So you get these little bumpers right here. They just kind of go on the bottom here. So this part goes on the floor like this. This bent edge here. And then these little standoffs, you adjust this one, or you adjust them so that it leans against, presses against the wheel instead of against the tire, which is going to be a more accurate measurement, right? So then you stretch your tape measures across, and you hook them in here, and you have your tape measures on the other side, and then you make your adjustments for toe. So that's what we're gonna do, because we need to make toe adjustments. We can't really do much for our camber because it's kind of is what it is, but that's what this side is for, like this. So you run it like this with these two standoffs. You adjust it so it hits the wheel, and then you read out your camber right here. So, and then this is your card for adjustment. I guess I could have put that on the same as the gauge, but that's fine. So what we're doing today is we're just doing toe. We're doing toe front and rear. There is no adjustment for camber on this car. I have noticed that this side has a lot of camber for some reason, so maybe we'll do something about that. But so I'm gonna set these up by the wheels, and we'll show you how they work. All right, so you take these guys, you place them down here at the wheel, you push the bottom up against the tire, and you adjust these two little standoffs until they're resting against the wheel. All right, so right there, we got our little standoffs against the wheel. We got this shoved up against the tire on the bottom, and now we can stretch our, well, we got the same on the other side, and now we can put our tape measures across to help us measure, or to measure the toe. Looks like we got 76 and 1/8 and 76 and 1/8. Kidding me? Let's make sure that this is where it's supposed to be. 76 and 1/8, 76 and just a hair over 1/8. So that means it's toe in just a smidge, just like a 1/16 of an inch. I actually don't want any toe on this. I want this thing to be 100% neutral, so I'm just going to give it a little slight turn. We'll bring it back to neutral, and then yeah, that's, you know what, I'm just going to leave it like that. No, we're going to bring it back to neutral. All right, let's go. Alright, and there's our Tenhulzen, I believe that's how you pronounce it. There's our Tenhulzen alignment tools. So let's take these to the back. We gotta do the same thing in the back. Alright, so now I'm gonna repeat the steps on the rear. We'll get that dialed in, and then we'll take this thing out for a test drive. See how it feels. Alright, so we got the toe set on this thing, and the last thing you do is you flip around these little spacers that press against the wheel. You put them to the inside, and then you use the tape measures, I guess, to clip the whole thing together. Bam. Now the whole thing is one little unit, and we can store this away for when we need it again. Alright, so we still have some problems. I do not have any death wobble anymore. Before, when I go a certain speed, it would go whoa. That's gone, so that is great. But there's a point in the steering gear where it gets stuck sometimes, and then it lets loose. And then I noticed that my steering wheel is in a different spot than it was. So the steering gear in this thing is literally, and the steering rack is actually skipping teeth. So that's a huge problem. So I guess that's next, is we're gonna get a new steering rack in this thing, because that's my number one problem with this car, is that it just doesn't steer very well. And that could be a main problem. I got tie rod ends now that are fixed, and let's get that fixed next. But the alignment is sweet, and we're probably gonna do it again once we do the steering rack. But for now, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you like those alignment tools. They turned out pretty good for me. So yeah, the next thing we'll do is we'll get a steering rack in this thing, and hopefully that will solve all of our steering problems. The power steering itself just doesn't seem to work that great, and I'm sure that's a big part of it. Make sure you guys smash that like button for me. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about my MR2 project, what you think about these alignment tools, if you found anything better. Thank you guys for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.